Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Joe from What's Your Excuse? Article number 28 is out now. It's called Being Materialistic Can Hurt You. And what that means is if you're a struggling person, single, if you have a family, you got a 9 to 5, and you live in check to check, but you're always at a nightclub, you're always at the finest dining, you always got the nice shoes on and stuff like that, you got the expensive cars. That actually will hurt you in the long run. I want to share a quick story of how it actually hurt me, but I learned from it, so that's why I'm sharing it. Uh, my first car that I had was when I was 16. This was 1998, and it was a 1983 Chevy Celebrity. You can go check it out on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but on Yahoo. Just type it up. It was a gray Chevy Celebrity. You'll find something similar to what I had. I didn't even have a radio in there. I would carry a boom box that I would put in my back seat, and I, had the little batteries and stuff like that, and I would turn it up real loud so that I could hear the music. And if you don't believe me, anyone who knows me knows that. And it got me to point A to point B. Once I got out of high school, I ended up having another car. I had a little Nissan that carried me pretty much all over California for years. And then something happened to where I wanted that limelight. So I ended up getting I think a 1999 CLK 320 Mercedes, and that's when the material thing came in. A couple of years later, I had that for about 2 years or so. I upgraded to a 2003 745 Li, and that's when it was too much, basically. What happened was basically that car was a $50,000 car. I was paying $1,000 a month, about $200 a month in insurance, and my rent was only about $500 a month. But I liked I loved the attention. I didn't necessarily love it, but it was the attention getter. I would drive around in this car, and people would look at me, think that I was rich and stuff like that. And at that moment, I would rather look rich than actually be rich, feel rich. In my heart, I was broke as hell, but and to everyone else, they didn't know. So as long as I made myself look like I had money, then I was cool. And no one really knew that unless they knew me. And I was only making between $13 and $18 an hour at the time. So as you can imagine, my checks were going straight to my car, to my rent, and then everything else was kind of up in the air. And once the cars got taken away from me, because it kind of got out of hand after that, I ended up getting another car. Between my wife and I, we ended up getting a 2008 GMC Denali, brand new, 12 miles on it. That was another $50,000 car. And then, we ended up having another Toyota Avalon. That was a 2008. That was a $40,000 car. But this was just just two people, three cars. We didn't have kids at the time. We had a house. And, looking back now, I don't mind talking about it because I learned from that. But when I'm out, I see people doing the same thing. I just kind of laugh because you can tell when someone is actually wealthy, rich, and they don't really front or nothing like that. You can kind of tell the way they act, where they worked hard for what they got now, and that's a toy to them. Whereas on the flip side, you can see someone who lives with their mom or something like that, and they got a $50,000, let's say Mercedes or BMW, and you can tell by their demeanor that they're working a lot for that car, and is it really worth it? Not to mention, people who go out and buy Louis Vuitton bags, females and stuff like that, and you probably only got $2 or $3 in the bag. I mean, this site is not to to get on nobody, and I'm not going to say no names or anything like that, but you know who you are basically. If you got the $600, $700 shoes, $600, $700 bags basically, but you late on your PG&E bill, on your phone bill, and stuff like that, you might want to look twice. I'll admit my mistakes. My cars got repossessed. The BMW got repossessed twice. So I'm not afraid to get on here and talk about everything that happened in my past because I know where I'm going in my future. So it might be a good thing if you can kind of relate to this article that's out basically, or relate to this video, to just go ahead and take a look at it. Give some comments. You can make a fake name and put a fake email up there and just say something if you don't want to be if you don't want us to know who you are. But eventually, hopefully, you'll come out and kind of just open up and talk about it. It's not to bash on anybody or embarrass nobody. I'm not embarrassed. I like myself, so I don't really care if other people, like me. I don't really, live for other people to like me like that. I know I like myself. I know my family likes me, so that's kind of all that matters. So if you can relate to this article, go ahead and check it out. WhatYourExcuse.com, and we'll have another one for you tomorrow. And that's it. So have a good day.